Hi everyone, in this short video I'm going to be arranging our Faux, Blush, Magnolia and Blossom arrangement, and I'm going to be using our lavender vase. Such a classic shape, proportion. I have one of these everywhere, like they just seem to work with all flowers and rooms. So we've got two stems of our blush eucalyptus to start with, and I just love how these kind of pinky tones are getting picked up in the middle of these magnolia. This is like a magnolia stellata, which we used to have in our old house, and I think Chris bought it for me for Mother's Day, and it is so pretty, and it reminded me of it as soon as I saw it. So I always think it's a very pretty and delicate magnolia colour for spring. So with our blush eucalyptus, just opening out some of the stems there, and going to give that a nice big bend in its branch just so that we get loads of fullness and it's feeling in proportion. And then with the next one, I'm going to do a nice big bend again, but not as much. And I'm just going to keep the heights relatively varied so that we've got a bit of kind of interest to work with. Maybe about there. And just kind of cross them over. They're going to move around a little bit whilst we're adding other stems in, but as long as they're in and you're happy with the height, then once everything's in, I find it much easier to kind of play around with them, because otherwise they are just going to do what they want to do for now. So next I'm going to pop in the cherry blossom. Lots of side shoots on this, so don't be afraid to pull them, tease them out. These branches are like fully wired, so you really can pull them forwards, backwards, and give the whole arrangement much more like depth throughout it. Something like that, I would say. And then the same with this one. And this one I'm going to do slightly taller, I think, than the other one. It's always a good idea to kind of bend it and then hold it against your vase to see whereabouts it's going to reach in terms of its height. You can start to move some of them blush eucalyptus side shoots, bring them forward so they're not getting kind of lost within the vase. And then we're just going to pop in our beautiful magnolia stellatas, blush magnolia, with all their lovely buds and everything on. And I want there to be quite a nice distribution of these. So one around there, and the other one is going to be a bit higher up. Sorry, I've turned it around to face me so I can see. Nice. And then my blush magnolia is kind of fallen to the back, so we're just going to kind of meander the stems throughout each other so that they all look a bit more intertwined. You can really see that blush colour coming through. We don't want it to feel like it's got layers that we've put into it. And just play around with it until you're really happy. I'm just moving some of these forward so we get that height. And normally when you move one thing, you have to move everything else because everything moves. But yeah, something like that. I could faff with these all day, to be perfectly honest. One, because I love it, and two, because I'm just never quite happy. But something like that, so you get the idea of how it can come together. But I hope you enjoyed watching, and I would absolutely love to see them in your homes, and I'll see you again soon.